Blessed afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Brewing Live, all new season, episode 284 for mental preparedness in the new landscape of living amidst challenges of our present time. Brewing Live is a community service of the CACC Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and our coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines. And in partnership with Life Coach Philippines, our heart here as game changers is to brew mental fitness in your space and help nurture holistic mental health for you and the people that matters to you. So shout out to all of my kindred coaches serving in the corner of the digital space and advancing life coaching ethically and authentically. Giving is a lifestyle which never goes out of style. I encourage you to expand your heart. Today, by supporting the works that we're doing here, by blessing the Kapkapa Republic with your food and beverage order, we have delicious vegan meal. We have fresh guyabano and mango juice. We have also no calorie sugar replacement. If you want to transition to no sugar with no calories, pita chips, mushroom chicharon for easy switch and healthy eating. I also invite you to join us in our hashtag Save One campaign against diabetes. Check out our organic insulin wine and tea and know more about the sugar regulator products to help fight the debilitating symptoms of diabetes. And I've heard from one of our customers that, he was able to manage the sugar levels that you have just using that insulin wine. So imagine that if that is something that you're looking forward to and really moving towards the natural way of managing that level, then we have that option for you. For favorite and classic comfort food, we have that as well. You were offering sausage platters, we have waffles, we have pies, we have cakes, props, and milkshakes. So that is available as well if you just want to find some comfort food in there. Like last night, I was looking for some comfort food for me to be able to, remember all of those great, beautiful things and the memories that we have. So that is available. Please check our FB page for the menu of sumptuous meals and refreshing drinks, or connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to bring the Cup Republic experience in your space. Through order and pick up and delivery, we're open from 2 p.m. to 12 midnight for your dining experience. We're closed on a Friday, but for the rest of the day, we're open just between 2 p.m. to 12 midnight. For other ways to support our community works, you may also give some stars in there. Facebook has this option in your stars. If you look below your mobile phone or your desktop, that is available for you. We also have a GCash account or a bank info if you want to bless us with all the community works that we're enjoying. And what you give to us, we're also using that to help others in the digital space. If you just joined me, welcome. Thank you, Coach Tin. Of course, my better half is there, Coach Mao and Master Coach Min. Thank you very much for joining me this Sunday. You may circulate this link or this video and invite people and friends out there with you. You may also give them a tag, tag them in the comment section below. Give them a shout out, some encouragement, some motivation. Give them your best right now, especially if it's Sunday, only a few more days before the week, the Holy Week begins. Well, next tomorrow is Holy Week, but the holiday season, it's gonna be 3 days along the way. Give them some encouragement, some motivation. Best give them some acknowledgement. Just tell them, hi, hello, I see you. I, want to have a conversation with you or have a conversation with us for tonight. As for me, giving a shout out to all of my fellow mental model collectors inside the B-Learning Society by Master Coach A. And if you are not yet a smart holder of the B-Learning e-card and you're still missing on the perks that we are enjoying, today is the best time for you to take action. Please connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to join the B-Learning Society. It's a tent maker of B-Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And the B-Learning Homes for Mental Fitness is a facility that Master Coach A is working on to help people, to help you, to help individuals, to help your family, your friends, your children, to have a safe space, mental space for them to heal. If they're in pain right now, if they're in a situation in which they are emotionally stressed, mentally stressed, these are the things that we can help you out. We can support you in your journey. And when you continue on and supporting this, you get a 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Cup Republic. You also get a full access to the Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A, which you see on the screen right now. We're going to talk about Elon Musk mental model. Plus, you get a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. And the Mental Model Masterclass is going to happen on April 30th at 7:30 p.m. And Master Coach Jay, as I said, we'll talk about Elon Musk mental model. So that is something you're looking forward to. If you are someone who is wanting or have curiosities in the things in life, I tell you, Elon Musk mental model will help you out, gain a deeper understanding in what mental model you can utilize, take advantage it, take it, in your as an advantage for you to be able to live the life that you want and also succeed in the work that you do. For more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Rezzhel, 0917-586-1661. Moving on for today's episode, I will be sharing to you Relational Revolution, unleashing the power of emotions at work. At times at work, history for my end as well, I've been taught that emotions is something that you don't need to be utilizing at work. You need to be able to utilize what your IQ is for most often than not, but we've learned as we progress for the decade, for the number of years, especially with the rise of emotional intelligence, which Daniel Goleman has shared. This is something that we need to start taking advantage of. Utilize it as your unfair advantage. Yan, unfair advantage. Utilize that. So tag your friends in there, forward this video link, and invite others to join in our conversation for mental preparedness. Maybe you know someone who's currently having challenges, having a connection, emotional connection with others, and they're having challenges leading their team because of this situation. Tell them to have a conversation with me. If this is the first time you're joining me, I am a professional actively co-create life coach, and I'm also a certified mental health coach. As a life coach, I empower men to be mentally fit so that they can stay inspired to live more meaningful and fulfilling life. If you are someone right now who is currently in that space which you're questioning all of the success that you have, you're questioning what true life is all about, you're questioning what is it that this life really is for? Why do we live in this world? Even if all of the successes that you have in the corporate world and your relationship, and you're still wondering what life is all about, let's have a conversation. Let me help you out in there. What I do is help men to live, to love, to learn, to laugh, and to leave a legacy. That is what I help men in there. In my professional life, I'm a call center executive for one of the BPO a Fortune 500 companies offering global services and consultancy work. Currently, I'm a consultant in there, helping them in their call center operation. And my focus is in the area of workforce management. And workforce management is putting the right people at the right place at the right time, doing the right things. And doing that is more than just the technical aspect of it. I tell you, it's really focusing on the human aspect of it, that what makes workforce management so powerful these days as with the transition towards humanizing the workplace. My tenure in the call center industry, in the BPO industry, has been more than 14 years now. Most of my career is in a leadership role, and what I am sharing with you is something that I've learned. It's a wisdom, it's experiments that I have, and you don't need to go through this process. You can skip the learnings and you can learn from it as you go along. In my professional life, I'm a family man. I've been married for 19 years. We're gonna turn 20 years, yeah, 2 decades in my married life. We've been blessed with a two kids. My daughter is 20 years old and my son is 16 years old. They are all creators and super super proud of it. Nagmana sila sa akin and to my wife as well. And it's a powerful thing. Life coaching has allowed us to change the way we do our parenting. If that is something that you want to learn, that is something that you want to get wisdom from, let's have a conversation. It's a powerful thing if you're able to empower your children to make the right decisions for their life. All right. If you're gonna watch this on a replay in the future, just comment in there #replay. Send us a private message if you wish to connect with any of the points that I'm sharing with you that resonates with you this afternoon. You may also find the link in YouTube where you can check all of the replays that we have for Brewing Live, for all of the episodes that we have in the caption and the video. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And by liking, by following, and subscribing, and also by sharing this, you are helping us connect with more people in the digital space. You're able to help us help other people in the process as well. If you are someone who's having this question mark on how you can help people, especially those who are mentally challenged, who have a mental health condition, share this video with them. Let's help them learn how skills, knowledge, expertise that they can utilize, they can master for them to create a better life. All right. So let's begin. Relational revolution, unleashing the power of emotions at work. Thank you, Coach Nor, for joining. Now, Phineas Gage, I'm going to share to you a story. Phineas Gage, which is a railroad foreman back in 1948, has had a grisly accident. So 1948, railroad. If you're familiar with the railroad, diba, when you have the train, there's a railroad in there. And what happens during this time is when he was laying all of the tracks in there, his assistant got distracted and didn't follow all of the safety rules that we have. Then suddenly there was an accident, and the accident, what was there was an explosion. A gunpowder exploded, and there was an iron rod. Remember, an iron rod flying through Phineas' face, and eventually went had that long iron in his face, and it went into his forehead. That is what happened during the accident. Now, good thing is Gage survived. He survived during that incident. However, the iron rod, when it was removed, the front portion of his brain was lost. Yeah, so tinanggal yan, so tinanggal niya, and this one is where he had remove the ability to moderate his temper and also his impulses. Now, his ability to do the daily tasks that he have, like calculating, and other functions that in his job, he's able to do that. So he's able to do all of the necessary technical stuff. So no problem in there. Now, unfortunately, during these times after the operation, his life got worse. He became cranky, he became erratic. He became, when he was being provoked by people, he would easily lash out with people. Well, sometimes he becomes irrational, unable to have a grip on all of his emotions, and he is no longer able to get along with the people he have with his work. Now we know at work we have those people, right? At times the people get too cranky. We get too cranky as well in the workplace. We get triggered by other people, but this one, it's a different setting because of the accident. A part of his brain is already gone. Now, science knows that our ability to manage our emotions requires effective biological wiring. So there's wiring in your brain in there between reasoning and feeling in the areas of our brain. So meron dyan, nag-intertwine yan sa brain natin. There's a need or a cause in there that allows you to be able to manage your emotions in there. Sometimes our emotions can get the best of us, and there are some people that's able to take advantage of it so that they can manage it clearly. Now, this is where Gage, the accident of the Gage that I will share to you, lost that link. So because of the operation, because of some of the part of his brain was removed, then that is where the disconnect is. Now, emotion are like stop signs. Yeah, I put that as an analogy with your emotions. If you take a look at it, if you go through the road, you see traffic signs in there, right? We have red, orange, and green. And for me, my analogy here is your emotions is a stop sign. It signals you to make an assessment of what the problem is by stepping back, taking a look at the bigger picture, and zooming in back to solve the problem. So same goes when you go into a traffic light, you stop, you take a look at your surroundings, if there are anyone who's gonna cross the road, if there are cars in there, if there are emergency vehicles in there, you need to be observant of it so that you are well protected. Now, we need to start acknowledging that we are emotional creatures. As human beings, you and me, no one is exempted. We are emotional human creatures, and these emotions plays a crucial role in our behaviors and the behaviors of others. The way that we behave affects other people and vice versa. And if we're not able to understand this, I tell you, it's gonna be not a very, very good time for you. Now, Primal Leadership, a book written by Daniel Goleman, Richard Boyatkis, and Annie McKee, shared that a framework that allows you and me to understand emotional intelligence. So why am I teaching you emotional intelligence? Why am I teaching you this when it's connected to relational evolution? Because I tell you, in any relationship that you have at work and even in your life, emotions plays a crucial role in how you build emotions. Now, Primal leadership, if you've read about this, requires 4 skills that you need to master for you to be able to manage your emotions, to improve your emotional intelligence. Number one is self-awareness. Self-awareness is being able to understand your frustrations, being able to understand what triggers you, being able to understand what hinders you from having a meaningful conversation with people? It's funny in the workplace. Sometimes people would say that, hey, we need to have a meaningful conversation. But what meaningful conversation is really? Are we allowing or empowering the individuals to really express their ideas, their desires, their thoughts in there? Or are you limiting them by telling everything, putting everything in them, rather than empowering them to make the right choices and the right decisions? Now, there totally different aspect of what a meaningful conversation is. At times people would just focus on the numbers rather than focusing on the person. Number two is self-management. Having the skills to deal with these frustrations. Do you have the necessary skills right now? Are you equipped? Do you have the necessary equipping, knowledge, skills that you have, soft skills? These are the things that we need to take a look at and start managing and reflecting on if this is working. Number three is social awareness, being aware of others' emotion. Now we're talking about others. Kanina, when we talk about self-awareness, is your emotions specifically, your frustrations. And the next is social awareness, others, staying focused on how we are responding positively or negatively. These are the things that we need to manage. And number four, relationship management, which is responding in ways that gives us compassion to the person. Now, mastering all of these processes is something that we need to do. But as we continue to stay true with our feelings and we are able to do the necessary experiment to improve the way that we think, the way that we feel, and the way that we act, we're able to succeed in the work that we do and also in our relationship. Now, what I will be going to share with you is 7 tips for you to unleash the power of emotions at work. These are the tips that I tell you has worked for the longest time for me, and I would want for you to explore this, take a look at this as well. Practice just one thing and think about one thing that you can start practicing later after this talk. Huwag ka muna umalis dyan. Just pick up one. Then you can start implementing this as you go along. And if you have any questions on how you can utilize this, implement this, and if it's not working, let's have a conversation. Let me help you out so that you can utilize this on your day-to-day activities. Okay? 7 tips to unleash the power of emotions at work. Number one is emotional intelligence encompasses a set of interpersonal skills. What does this mean? This includes how you are managing your own emotions, how you're able to relate to these emotions when you are connecting with others, because when you're connecting with others, when you are emotional, yeah, and I put that in a context of positive emotions. I don't believe that there's no negative emotion. Even anger is a positive emotions, because it triggers you, it tells you that there is something wrong and you need to do something. Now, emotional intelligence, when you're doing this, you are able to again have a compassion connecting with other people along the way. Now, while a lot of people in the workplace are able to hold jobs in there, what they're lacking is the self-awareness. And during those times, then people become overwhelmed with the daily stresses and pressures in life. This management of emotion, this awareness of emotion, is something that people are lacking. So be mindful, be aware of your emotion, develop your interpersonal skills, and this include managing your own emotions. Number two is having a high IQ does not mean that you have a high EQ. Doesn't mean that. Most often what I did before, and this has been my challenge before, is I focus too much on IQ, which is skill, how to solve problems, how to have critical thinking of what have you, but I lose sight of developing this EQ. Now, you need to develop your EQ over time, intentionally and deliberately. Only one third of a half of a million, based on the statistic, only a one third of a half of a million people are tested that they can accurately identify their emotions as they happen. So imagine this is real time that you can identify your emotions. Now, mind you, there are approximately 8 billion people in this world. So sobrang liit lang yon. Sobrang konti lang siya. And that is what we need to focus our attention on. Number three, and here is something that I want you to reflect on. Mid-level managers and customer service representatives, for people in the BPO industry, call center industry, they have typically high EQs. So imagine, no, mid-level managers and customer service representatives has high EQ. And also, for those people, okay, I'm in already in a management role, director role, executive role, what have you. Mind you, top performers within any given group are generally have the highest EQ. So if you are a top performer, if you're someone who's able to do all of the things that you need to do, deliver because everything that you need to do, I tell you, you cannot do it alone. It starts with relationship. Then this is something that you're also able to, improve your EQ. Based on research, strong emotions and social skills carry 60%. Yeah, 60% of the responsibility for a person's success in the workplace. So imagine, more than half is associated to EQ, having emotional and social skills. So if you want to be successful in the work that you do, focus on EQ first rather than time management, rather than motivation, rather than vision, rather than communication. I tell you, EQ, EQ, EQ. Have that conversation first with your EQ. Number four tip is our EQ changes over time. And I share this in our GC. When we get older and wiser, we become smarter. That's the beauty of it when you have EQ. But we learn a lot for a moment. If you are a man out there, or if you are a woman who's having challenges managing your emotions, talk to a woman. Talk to a woman who is able to manage them, have a particular relationship with them. Take a look at it, learn from them, because they're very, very good at managing relationship that we have. Number five is one of the biggest challenges we have is our inability to be aware of our emotions. And I share that. I constantly remind you in there that is really true. We tend to react to someone's, behaviors when it's highlighted, and we respond on becoming too defensive. Sometimes that hinders our way of creating lasting change in our life because we get too defensive if people are giving us feedback. Now, pay attention towards how your other people are giving you feedback, because those are the things that allows you to assess where you are at as far as your emotion is concerned, and you can learn on how to govern them. The more that you're able to be aware of it, the better it is for you to respond in a positive way. Number six is when you're talking to people, remove the need to problem solve. You don't need to problem solve. I've seen a lot of people that when someone talks to them, it's always problem solving mode. People, when they go to you, if you are a leader, they just want to listen. They just want someone to listen to them and respect their perspective so that they can express it and they can make sense of how they are thinking. Leaders often fail to at this when people, because they use their IQ rather than their EQ. Pay attention to the feelings of the individual. Listen to them. Listen to the things that's not being said. At times we just focus on the verbal cue. Be mindful of the how the tone is being changed, how the body language is being changed, because this is where the great messages is for you to be able to decide on how to move forward. And lastly, number seven, when developing EQ, just focus on the small area at a time. Just a little bit, a little bit. Practice the Pareto principle. It's a 80-20 rule, and that is a mental model that you can utilize. You can focus on just on the 20% of the emotions that yield you with the 80% of the result that we have, that allows you to cultivate your personal relationship and where you have a greater satisfaction in your personal and professional life. So those are the seven tips that I've shared with you. If you want to know more about how you can utilize that and implement that in your day-to-day activities, especially at work, let's have a conversation. You see, the key in boosting your emotional intelligence at work is to continue on experimenting on what's working, experimenting on what's not working, then repeat that. Learn from what is not working, because you will learn from that. Don't throw that away. Maybe you can utilize that in the future. Maybe it's not the right time yet. That's totally fine, because when we are intentional with practicing our EQ, it becomes easier over time. So focus on one area at a time, raise awareness in it, acknowledge them, then take action. Those are the pretty simple things that you can start doing. It can be tough. It can be a taxing activity, and at times you cannot do it alone. I tell you, what I really encourage you to do is best to have a conversation with a professional life coach, have a conversation maybe with a mentor, maybe whoever, you have someone in there that's been through that situation. But life coaching, I tell you, it will really change the way that you're thinking of things and also processing things. If you want to be able to be professional in all of the things that you're doing to manage your thoughts, see your blind spot in a non-judgmental way, life coaching will help you make that shift. Remember that embracing your emotions will allow you to use it in synergy. Your talent, your skills, and the work that you do, you can all utilize this in synergy, because knowing yourself and using your emotions at work will help you achieve the personal competence that you need, that is lacking in the workplace. You need to be relevant constantly, and relevancy comes with having a high IQ and having a meaningful conversation with people, not talking about just the numbers, but also talking about the individuals and asking them the quality of the work that they have and helping them level that up so that it can also influence the quality of the life that they're living in. All right, if you're ready to start the relational revolution, help is available. You can connect with me at 0917-569-4200. Let's schedule a strategy session and create a mentally fit work environment for you and for your workplace. All right, thank you for joining me today and supporting the advancement of mental fitness. If you are interested to become a professional service provider like me, either as a life coach or a mental health coach like us, connect with Coach Rezzhel to 0917-586-1661 to know more about the Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program by Master Coach A. We are now accepting application for mental health certification and an internship program with limited slots. So make sure you are reserving your seats with Coach Rezzhel. Do join us back tomorrow, same time, same digital space at 12 noon for episode 285 from Rescuer to Warrior by Coach Lin. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward and excited for this. The Cup Republic is located inside Pioneer Center Compound, or widely known as PC. We are just across Pioneer Center, Pioneer Road, corner Brixton in United States, and Capitolio, Pasig City. Once again, this is Life Coach Shaun de Joya, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. This is us in the Philippines. Maraming salamat. We'll see you again. Happy Sunday. Have a blessed Sunday. Have a conversation with your children, with your loved ones. Just enjoy the moment. And tomorrow, deal with that tomorrow. Today, just enjoy the moment. Maraming po salamat. Labang boom. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.